Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to the first Australian production of the Hungarian rock opera The Crucified by Gergely Kultai, István Szücs and the Kormorán Band. I'd like to share with you a synopsis of what you are about to see from the libretto of the director of tonight's production, János Kutner. Over 2,000 years ago, he was first humiliated and spat on. And then Jesus, the embodiment of purity, truth, love and peace, a man who preached humanity, the Son of God, was nailed upon a cross, crucified. This spirit of cruelty is alive again today. We can all see the proliferation of an ideology that preaches the adoration of money and the destruction of human fellowship. This disguised satanic doctrine dominates today's society. This false prophecy has spread throughout humankind, building hatred and an unhealthy state of envy and jealousy, thus turning its back on the teachings of our Saviour. The world now bows its head to soulless managerial rule, which feeds on the selfishness of the money-loving preachings of the world of globalization. The money-worshipping rulers of today's world feed off the well-devised, selfish content of advertising that reaches out to all sections of society, keeping the masses in a state of illusion. The Hungarian rock opera The Crucified illustrates the crucifixions of today's world through this evangelical passion play. If we pay just a little attention to the events taking place in the world around us, we can see that many are being crucified by the false prophecies of our money-worshipping rulers and their cohorts. Now to the opera. In the overture, we see mothers mourning. They accompany the entire production, always on the side of divine truth, love and compassion. Our Creator bestowed them with a sense of motherhood. Hence they stand on the side of those who preach humanity and love. We then see the court of the ruler, and within it his servants, his bloodthirsty soldiers and whores. A girl stands out from among them, the ruler's principal mistress. The people, the masses who worship the ruler, are all under the influence of drugs, alcohol and the empty-headed worship of money. They have been reduced to a rabble. The frenzied crowd is preparing for a great celebration in which they will pay homage to their ruler, money and satanic teachings, at the end of which they will sacrifice a human being, the ruler's principal mistress with whom he has become bored, the girl. However, their celebration is interrupted by the arrival of the Master, his disciples and followers. The Master and his disciples preach peace, love and the true message of the Lord. The people begin to ponder about justice, brotherly love and a God-fearing way of life. The ruler becomes enraged and commands the rabble to continue with the celebration. The frenzy continues, but the Master raises his voice and warns the depraved crowd that there has been enough hypocrisy and calls them to ardent prayer. Part of the crowd takes his side and embraces his true teachings. The ruler becomes concerned and schemes to lure the Master to his side, but the Master quickly recognizes the satanic teachings lurking behind the ruler's proposals. He cautions the ruler and the crowd and departs with his disciples. The girl recognizes one of the disciples and tells the ruler her life story and confesses her greatest secret. The disciple she recognized is none other than her own brother, who once committed incest with her, thus turning her into a whore. The ruler rejoices. He has found someone he can blackmail. He orders his soldiers to bring the disciple to him. The celebration of satanic ideology continues with one of its most demeaning numbers. The people need a spectacle and not true life. The soldiers then return with the girl's brother, who is the Master's first disciple. The ruler physically and mentally humiliates his prisoner, blackmails him with his sin, and forces him into betrayal. The Master's first disciple has now become a traitor. He sprinkles ashes onto his head and slowly goes mad. The disciples and the Master's followers return to preach the anthem of love. Let there be peace. Let there be virtue. Let the word always be true. The girl then confesses that she is in love with the master, but he explains that he has a different mission. He cannot belong to one person alone, and there is only one path for him, the true path of the Lord, which preaches love. The master, his disciples, and his congregation, of which the mothers are also a part, meet at the Last Supper, which is followed by the farewell. The master retreats to the Mount of Olives while the disciples sing of his love and greatness, vowing to remain faithful to him. The traitor has since regretted everything he has done, and now returns to the ruler's court with the money he received for his betrayal. He has become totally disturbed and deranged. The ruler, his cohorts, soldiers and whores, laugh at the poor disciple, humiliating and mocking him. Then the ruler tells him that he can redeem his future with a single traitorous kiss on the Mount of Olives. There, on the Mount of Olives, the master is beseeching the Father, asking him to remain with him. The girl prays at the shrine of the Virgin Mary, asking Mary to protect her son, the embodiment of truth. The traitor arrives with a secret band of soldiers, and following the traitorous kiss, they capture the master and take him to the ruler and his frenzied mob, accompanied by the girl and the traitor. Upon their arrival at Calvary, the crazed mob demands, "Kill him! Kill him! Kill that man! Crucify him! Nail him to the cross!" The ruler encourages the bloodthirsty crowd. As the master is hanging on the cross, with his last words, he forgives the crowd and promises that he will return to them. We have created a world of love. The mothers and the followers take out the truth that is covered in white. The girl tells the ruler, "Don't think you've won. Faith still remains." The ruler is furious. The girl, the mothers, and the converted true followers take the picture of the shrine of the Virgin Mary in a procession. Their march of true believers is joined by a mother of today, a woman dressed in traditional Hungarian costume, accompanied by her children. In the end, the master appears and tells his prophecy. Then he sings the Hungarian Calvary, at the end of which he asks us all to wake up to a glorious day. The night has passed, behold. Wake up with a pure heart and the true passions of old. He then symbolically asks us to turn our backs on satanic teachings.